Isaac, things got really chippy there in the second half. It was one of the leaders on this team, and there was an incident. You just made a play there. Next thing you know, you're getting shoved around out there. I mean, how did you guys, the leadership of this team, kind of prevent the retaliation where things escalate?
I set a bad example there because I kind of pushed back, but just keeping everybody up because there it gets rough when you go down 14, and how chippy it was getting. So just keeping everybody positive and keeping everybody head on straight.
Sam, Colin, Carlo.
How much of a relief is it just to get that elusive SEC win that you guys been searching for?
It's a big relief. It felt like we had a lot of weight on our shoulders, but we kept being so close, but close ain't good enough. We had to go out there and win. Wasn't nothing guaranteed. So tonight it was fun to just go win. Winning heals all.
Isaac, Blake comes back into the game, has that first tip interception, and is coming off, and you pull him aside for a second and say something to him. I guess what were the words there, and what's that relationship like between the two kind of captains of the offense?
Just head up, man. Next play, you got to come back out here, and we're going to need you because we're going to go get a stop. We're going to need you to come out here and keep leading this team offensively. And he done a great job, and Kamario did a great job when his number was called. Came in, I think he had 2 touchdowns, and they were big for us. And when Blake came back in, he after the interception, he kept his head held high and, drove the ball and actually won us the game. So it's great.
Isaac, you've been on this, you endured last season, and you finally get, you're one of those guys that stayed the course through this whole thing with, not winning an SEC game. To finally get one for the guy that's been on the team that's kind of lived through it the most, how are you feeling in this moment? And what was the locker room like after that game?
I feel great, It's all about adversity. I've been through so much adversity here at Mississippi State, and I wouldn't want to deal with it anywhere else. And that's one thing I love about this place, Starkville, is the people are awesome, and we got a great coach, head coach, and Coach Levy, and he's done a great job of building the culture here, and we're gonna stand by that.
Steve?
Last year, you were one of maybe the only proponents for Coleman Hustler. It seemed like every time we have a ball game, social media statistics, nothing would seem to be going in his favor. But you believed in him, and you said last year he was a great defensive coordinator. What does it mean this year to kind of see him get some accolades, but also to see the improvement on the overall defense?
It's fun because, like you said, I feel like he got criticized a lot. And, like we preached all preseason, execution was going to be the name of the game for us defensively this year because it wasn't him last year. It was us. We didn't execute. We had a lot of missed tackles, couldn't get off the field. And this year the coaches did a great job of going in the portal and getting guys that can play ball. And quite frankly, I think everybody's seeing what we are capable of.
Colin?
As going into this matchup against Taylor Green, kind of knowing how prolific this offense was, how much they like to run the ball, what were some of the things that you think paid off in your preparation for getting some of those stops there?
I would say our scout team, they did a great job this week, just giving us great looks of, getting out the pocket, rolling around, we having the plaster on receivers. They're late in the game, it's grind time. Malik getting off and making a big sack there on second down, and then Nave getting the pressure there on fourth. You can't coach that. That's just all effort. So it's good when you have a scout team that works as hard as ours do.